blood, yo. We got it popping right now. Me left and Gator Man just got Poppy for a brick and a half, B. I got everything I owe you and another half for you right now in the car. That's word, B. Right now, B. Good. You got your fucking head on your fucking shoulders now, B. What I'm talking about, nigga. Let me think. Now I could go back to fucking North, man. I'm going back to North Carolina there in Greensboro. I take care with D and Bum and them niggas. Jimmy and Zeke is right now in Massachusetts. I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna give you directions. Take the Benz. If you get lost, push the OnStar. You know what I'm saying? The directions get you straight there. You know what I mean? Let's be careful. Put that shit away, man. You know what I mean? Be careful. I love you, alright? Good. Call me on yourself. You got a problem.
Hey yo, fuck losing weight. I'm back on these highways, moving cakes. Like space to home, what I'ma do today? Pop a car, new estate. Nah, fuck it, get the beef with rocks, blue and gray. Baby, do the day. I got to move at 8. Fuck the scrutiny. Y'all niggas screwing me. Killer never let the drama slide. Y'all gon' hear a nigga mama die. Y'all homicide. 18 months, please. That ain't facing time. I'm stressed anyway. Need it for vacation time. I'ma do the right thing, no. Take shock anyway. 6 months right back on the damn block anyway. But look, money from across the street. Think it's sweet, think you get money across the street. Me and my peeps, off to me. And 5-0, they work for us. Walk the beat, walk with heat. Push talkers, cheats. So done, stay silent. Revolvers, automatics, guns, stay silent. When it comes to beef, it becomes a talent. Remember me, ODB, I'm the one from balance. Killer, digital 10. Shit get critical, friend. I got 800 invisible men. That mean it could be the bank man, person at the gas station filling up your tank, fam. Lady at the front stand. My rap boys and your brothers right in the center, babe. Bitches are renegades, you're pissing your lemonade. And y'all dead now. That you can bet now. Like a toaster, put your bread down. Upset now. Hate when I gotta wreck clowns. Blow tech rounds in a collision. I see their ambition, but they don't know them days I was stooped up and pitching. On autumn hot summers, I was cooped up in the kitchen. When it came to grams, it was 90 I cried. 350 on the stove and it's 90 outside. I'ma get this girl that be stuffing my bricks. Felt life cheated her. She be cutting her wrist. Her mom died. Heroin overdose stuffed in her wrist. Father fucking her. Older man fucking her sis. But love my music. Say I do nothing but hits. She'll do anything for me. Nothing but hits. Cause when she needed help, I got her nothing but fix. Needed coke, needed dope. Yeah, I gave her a fix. So she went across the street. Gave him a kiss. Stuck her tongue out, flirted. Played with his dick. You know Kim? He said, yeah, don't play with his chips. Stood back, blazed him with 6. Amazing as shit. Killer. Dipset, nigga. Fuck losing weight. We back on these highways, we moving cakes. Like space to ball, what I'ma do today? Take my mom's move away. Yeah, I think I'ma copy that new estate. Baby, do the day. I got the move at 8. Fuck the scrutiny. Y'all niggas screwing me. Wells never let the cops get me. On the block, let the shots hit me. Niggas want to know why I'm so nice. When it comes to spitting that fire. It's real dog, I live in the fire. Used to being in the streets, homie, in the midst of the fire. Break work, put it in pots, sit it in fire. Quick to grab it, flip it, just fire. Try to peel off, I'm hitting your tires, hitting your doors while your car's spinning, hitting the wall. That's just the beginning of war. I let you know you feeling the dog, my feelings to finish you off. Hand in your chest braid, dead on the bed with the expressway. While I got my hand in the tech wave. Niggas like, fuck is he stupid? Cops wanna cut me through it. You wanna be a hero, stuff me through it. Rush me through it, shit. Like I ain't been through the scars and bruises. Like I ain't been through the bar. Seen the sergeant troopers, look at my body. I lost so much weight. Cops raiding my spot. I done lost so much weight.
Yo, what's going on? Pretty gang.
Yep. Peace.
On Friday, so hopefully you guys bring your questions and concerns.
Free Game Fridays, man. We here. Take advantage.
We here for y'all. So let's just start off with Trav real quick. Give us a question real quick, and we'll just flow off of there. What's going on, Corey?
Shout out to Trav, man. Shout out to Corey Wright. I mean, appreciate you for being in the chat. Yeah, man. So while we waiting for the question, Fee, how you been handling, this whole joint, man? This whole everything that's going on right now, man. I know you've been out of work for a minute now.
Man, I've been chilling, bro.
Stand
I
on your
don't have
purpose, right?
yeah, I don't have no sad story, bro.
Yeah,
I don't
same
have no
here, man.
sad. Cool. You know, some days it's come on, Trav. Some days is hella productive, and some days, we can do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm human just like the rest of it, Just that's how it is sometimes. I was trying to work on this course today. I couldn't really get what I wanted out of it, you know what I mean? But tomorrow maybe it'll be better, you know.
Right. You got to make the best out of every situation, right?
Yeah, it's all about perception and your mindset.
Exactly. What about your perception? I agree.
What should we take out of this 14? What is the lesson?
What should we take out of this 14?
Trav?
For me, what it should take, one, or first thing that comes to my mind is stay healthy, man. Keep your immune system up. That's what people are emphasizing ever since this thing came up. So people need to start, really focusing on their immune system or just their health in general. Being able to, monitor their own body. I mean, people will, feel something wrong with their car, but they won't feel a little something wrong with themselves, or they do feel something wrong with themselves and they just ignore it. I mean, or they, especially as males in this, just males in general, when we feel an ailment or whatever, we just feel like it's just gonna end up just going away, or we could fight out.
What's up, Trav?
Hey,
What's going on, Blair?
or as in the words of the great RPC, yeah.
What you up to, bro?
Shit, just taking a break from some studying of this coding technology.
You said taking a break?
Yeah, there was this thing I had to do, this feature in the app
Oh shit!
I'm doing that I had to figure out, and it took me hella long. And this is a part of coding, if anybody's interested, because I've been hearing a lot more people talk about coding in this in the audience in here. So just so you all know, there's times where it's just like, you gotta be like a detective. Like you have to figure out how to make something happen with reading code and going, okay, can I combine these two things to make this work? Like just trial and error. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes like you'll run into problems that might take you days to figure out. But it's like when you have that aha moment when you figure that shit out, that should be like feeling hella good. That'd be like hitting like a home run in baseball or something like that. Like when you figure out a big problem, oh hell yeah, like you know what I mean? So
Are you working now or are you off?
no, remember I got laid off, but I'm just have my plan of how to redo my portfolio because I got my blessings from the job. They were like, nah, we'll give you a recommendation wherever you go because it's just workforce reduction. And I don't even know if it's coronavirus related or not. I should have asked, but I didn't. But now I just got this plan because now, like I said, like I got all these courses and I used them to get to this job I had. But now that I have some time off to get the unemployment and reapply, I'm redoing these courses. It's like I have a red pill lens in coding now. Like I can like reread it and go, oh shit, that's what that meant. Like, so I already know my next portfolio is about to go stupid.
That's what's up.
So what you been doing with your time?
Like I said, just been studying, working out. I found a new field. Oh man, because I do what you call it. I do sprints like for my cardio. So I found like a big, nice ass field, like in the, because I live in like a Pleasantville white neighborhood, and I found this big ass fucking field that's hella big, so I can run like my 30-second sprints and like not run out of space. I was like, hell yeah, bro! I feel like I'm in like a fucking like plane or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and it's hella funny because I'm like, bro, it's not even because of the coronavirus. Like, no one's gonna be here when this shit is over. So I'm like, hell
Nice.
yeah, bro. And then the workout equipment to do the pull-ups and shit. It's like there's one right by my school, but it's more for kids, so I can still do it, but it's like short and shit. But this one's like adult size, so I was like, "Here, there we go." You know what I'm saying? So
What's going on, Toxic, bro? You welcome to come up if you want to.
Toxic. Without.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like we're talking about a quarantine. We're in a quarantine time, but I still have like a positive. Like I've had a positive, productive day being laid off. Like you see what I'm saying? Like I just got different options I'm running right now. So it's like, all right, cool. And then it's funny because I talk to different people who know coding, or it's funny because I told some of the chicks that I talked to I got laid off, but all of them be like, "Oh, you're gonna get another job hella quick."
Exactly.
Like,
especially with the new age that's coming in. Come on, man.
It's not even just that; it's because of how they read me. It's like, oh, you know, like how they fuck with me, how I'm thorough with them, just in regular shit. Because I take care of shit, so they can tell like by my interaction, like, okay, he's probably good at his job too. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously I live good, so they're like, okay, like this dude must be doing his thing, you know. Not to say I can't do better, but I ain't doing bad, you know.
Bro, you're making the best of your situation. That's what people should be doing in this situation, man. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I don't know everybody's situation, but I would say that the people who do have idle time in their hands try to make the best out of it, man, and do plan for the future. You know what they say: the idle time is the devil's playground. You know, Alfie said he's on his purpose. Trav just told you what he's doing. I'm saying, making the best out of his situation. Same here, man. I'm working on some of my extra projects too. So, but I don't know if anybody know I'm an essential worker, so I'm still working and all that. But I still find time to work on my projects and purpose.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're probably still feeling it in a different way though, RPC. Like we're all feeling it to a certain extent. It's like how this coronavirus shit is, you know what I mean? But nah, bro, it's like it's all on in my opinion, it's all on how you know, what's your filter, you know, like what's your lens on shit. I was gonna say what put the Brita, but you know, I gotta see something visual, so but you get it. So it's just like I mean, for real, like there's always opportunity in everything. Like, for example, right? Like there's tragedy, but then certain businesses, I would guess are doing better. Like I would guess like DoorDash is like doing better because some of these restaurants you can only order out.
I'll be right back.
Right. Go ahead.
You said what?
He said he'll be back.
Oh, okay. I just heard it sounded like Charlie Brown, like but nah, bro, like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like even if it's mostly bad happening, there's good, you know, there's always the opposite reaction. So there's always a good too. So it's like
right. Somebody's always eating it, even in tragedy.
Yeah, you gotta make lemonade out of lemons. You know what I mean? So that's like I think in a way that's kind of like a test of manhood in some ways. Like if you want to take a lesson out of this, it's like, all right, like what have you done to adjust? Because people got knocked down that didn't have a choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people legit lost their job for things beyond their control.
Facts.
Like, all right, how you gonna react to this? Like, how you gonna be defeated? Like, be down? Like, you know, because I bet a lot of people that have like the mainstream mindset in my position would be like all downtrodden, like, oh, coronavirus, and I don't know my job, the world is over.
But I agree with what you said though, that this should make turn boys to men. I mean, or reveal the men who are pretending, the boys who pretending to be
boys to bed, or you go hit the end of the road.
I see what you did right there. So the youngest ain't gonna know what you just did right there. Yeah, man, it's the truth.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's the truth though, because I mean, I don't want the episode to be about about this whole situation. That's why I don't even want to say the term. You know what I mean? But I just want to emphasize. You know what I mean? Like everybody just get your mind right, buckle down, think about the future. It's not over. Things are changing. Things will change. I doubt it's going to go back to quote unquote the same way it used to be. So with that being said, man, it's time to quote unquote man up, man. Survival of the fittest. All them terms are applying because of the situation that we're in now, that the world is in now.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same because I don't know how bad, but like, I just finally met somebody who said they know somebody who died off the shit. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, You know, and I've posted some like memes and shit, and I'll still laugh at certain parts of it, but I'm not as jokey about it now.
Right.
Like, all right, it is what it is.
That's
like,
why I choose not to even speak about it because I don't know who's been affected by it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm
yeah,
just not
like
gonna say nothing.
it's like, you know, you gotta respect it. You know, I mean, I always respected it, but it's at a different level. We haven't dealt with some shit like that before, but you know, and I'm not gonna lie, when she like, because we talked for like almost 2 hours through FaceTime, but it was like, all right, like I don't know if this is like her little cop out excuse or what. We'll see. But nah, like when I talked to her, she said that, you know, he was being affected by it, so she was respecting it. And then now I talked to her today, and she's like, "Oh, he died." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like so, you know, escalated, respecting it. And then now I talked to her today, and she's like, "Oh, he died." I was like, "Oh shit!" So, you know,
yeah, we got a feedback. Toxic.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
So,
What's good though? What's good, Toxic? How you, man?
oh, that's me.
How do I do it? Oh, I gotta get off of YouTube, right?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get off YouTube.
All right. My bad.
Just pull the live comments up on the Sublime, or not the Sublime, but what's this shit called? The StreamYard.
Hey, I'm new to this. This is my first time using the mic, man.
Oh, good. That's why we here. You know, we'll get you off them training wheels.
Respect.
Yeah, no doubt. What's good, man? How you, man? How the family doing?
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So we separated. You know, I'm in the spot chilling, man, watching the draft. You know, to touch base on what y'all were talking about, man. I use this time to reflect, man, and I've been on it. I ain't let it break my stride. You see what I'm saying? Like the gym's closed. You know, everybody else is like, how we gonna do this? How we gonna do that? I went straight to the street work, man. Calisthenics. I'm on it.
Exactly.
I'm on it. I got kettlebells. I got chest expanders. I got, you know, equipment where I could do my L sits. I can do my static holds. You know, my book game is crazy. What else? You know, I got everything I need, and like, and just like you, I'm essential. So I'm still out here in these streets, man. It's all the wall, to say the least.
Word.
Everything is everything, though. But Trav, when you were talking about coding, right? I'm still, man. My counselor, right? She's bull jiving on approving me for this course. I'm not wavering. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to get me to take some like Google cert or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to do cybersecurity. And she's trying she's doing her best. I'm not going for it, man. Like I have my mindset on what I want to do. You see what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just excited because this is going to be another step for me, another feather to my cap.
I feel it, bro. Hey, if you got anything like any questions about it, bro, like always reach out. I'm telling you, bro. It's like, you know, I just kind of feel like, I don't know why, but just being like a black dude with my perspective, like I can explain it better than most people. I think the reason why people don't get it is because it's not explained well.
What's so cold about it, right? And this is not that. I don't really know your story like that, but I remember this dude everybody used to go on. You see what I'm saying? We was in middle school, we was in high school. They would just go on him. He was a cool cat, you know. He played football, but he wasn't. You know, in terms of high school politics, he wasn't one of the in crowd. You see what I'm saying? That dude is making, man, crazy. He's touching some serious paper. You see what I'm saying? Upper six figures, and he was always good with computers, whatever the case may be. I don't necessarily know what part of IT he's in, but man, he's making some really, really, really. Like he's touching some serious paper, man. You can just tell. You see what I'm saying? You know somebody got money when they talk about a summer home. And you know somebody got money when they say they got a summer home, man.
Right. Hey, yo, but I think me and Trav had a conversation about coding, and you know, with everything that's going on, I really think that's going to even be bigger moving on in the future, man. So anybody thinking about, you know, getting into that field, I think that'd be a good look, man. You know what I mean, so I'm definitely gonna tap into it soon enough. But you know, I just gotta like I don't want too many things on my plate right now. But I'm definitely looking at direction though, for real.
Yeah. So
I think so. I'll just tell you. I mean, I'll just tell you, like, So I used to get messed with when I was younger, but it wasn't, and you know, I do this, but it wasn't because it was just computer related. Like, you know, like, so I wouldn't just say, oh, because of that, that's what it was. Like, it was more just, I was like overweight, I was mixed, and then I wasn't trying to be like like, I don't know, bro, like in the early 90s and like the mid 90s and shit, like the shit that's like cool now, like that's accepted now, like some of that shit wasn't accepted back.
Oh man, I'm gonna touch on that. Keep on talking. I'm gonna touch
bro,
on that.
like how freely we talk about coding, bro. Like, yeah, like that shit, like that shit was like out. Like that shit, like people really used to be like kind of like, you know, like judgmental of that shit, but it's not like that no more. But I think it's because everyone's seen now that everything got taken over by technology. So it's like, okay, like this shit makes sense. And then it's like, here's the thing, just have the intelligence, just don't have the weird side of it. You know, just don't, you know, don't only code but never go outside and then you don't know how to talk to people. You know, don't be like one of those type of people. There's those type of coders, but just don't do that. Bro.
What's so cold about it is that, you know, I would style myself as a hood fresh prince. Hey, what's up? What I see you, King Solomon. What up, Bodman?
Yeah, what up?
I would style myself as a hood fresh prince. And, you know, I had a little situation with my folks, and so I had got moved to another side. I was moved to another side of the city, which is very affluent, very cosmopolitan. It's totally different. So when I went there, I kind of embraced the culture. But then when I had to move back to DC, when I moved back to PG, they were just like, you listen, like what the Smashing Pumpkins? They was like, look how you dress, look how you talk, man. You was out there with them white people. But what's
man,
so
look at hip hop now.
Exactly. And fortunately for me, I was raised in a household that, you know, my family had an eclectic, you know, a diverse selection of music. We didn't just play one genre of music. We played a little bit of everything. But just like you said, the way people dress now in DC 10 years ago, let alone 20, you see what I'm saying? They wasn't even going for it. You couldn't even wear certain colors.
Bruh, I be seeing shit that like my nephews are into or like my little cousins, and I'd be like, bruh, like if you went to my high school at my age doing that shit, you would have got your ass whooped. Like, you know, like I'm like,
that shit is cool.
Like, and I'm not condoning that, but
times has changed.
Now that I'm older, I get it. And I'm sure too, if I were to sit down with some of the people I used to mess with me back in the day, they'd probably be like, yeah, bro, I was tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure we're adults. We can talk about it. But just back then, it was like, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have the smartphones. You didn't have that. There's so much more exposure now that things like people are more multifaceted, and then technology is more in the hood and hip hop now. It's like, you know, everybody got smartphones. Like, everybody got Wi-Fi on their internet, on their phone. Like, you know, it's not like you gotta be rich to have technology now. It's kind of like it's everywhere. So just times are different, bro. And it's just like, you know, some people were ahead of the curve. Like, you know, my dad just happened to be ahead of the curve and put me in it young. And it's just, you know, now it is what it is.
Respect. Hey, McCann, what's up with it? Ain't no motive without you.
Wait, go ahead.
No, I was talking to McCann. I was telling him, you see what I'm saying? We all
Nellynell, what up?
Hey, but hey Trav, so you mentioned you being biracial, so explain that.
All right, so I'm half black, half Armenian. So
wow. Okay. Explain.
Yeah, so you know, like Kim and Kanye's kids. So but the thing is like growing up, like I didn't really grow up with a lot of my Armenian family. Like my Armenian family was only like 7 deep. And then on top of that, they were all older. So a lot of them passed away before I was even like 10. So I didn't really like grow up around my Armenian family like that. It was just like my black family and then like 7 or 8 of them at most. But I was only around like 2 or 3 of them. So it was like my house, like my mom, we didn't listen to rock. Not saying that's bad, but like people would be like, my mom would be in the car, and then she'd be listening to like all black music, and they would be like, "Wait, is your mom black?" I'd be like, "Nah, like, wait, my mom's definitely not black. Look at her." And they'd be like, "Well, your mom." Like, back then, like some people just didn't get it. It was just like, "Wait, so your mom is like super Armenian, you got a super country dad, black dad, but you guys are a family?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it worked. Yeah, like
Right.
that
That's
wasn't
how it
weird
be
to me,
sometimes.
but as I got older, I had to like go to different areas and then like see how other people saw it. And I was just like, oh, because y'all never see this shit. I was like, oh, okay. Like, and then it would be like my dad was my dad had like the biggest house on the block, but he wasn't like a square ass like weird dude, even though he was in tech. Like my dad was like always intimidating to people and shit.
Damn.
And then he was always like the smartest guy in the room, even though, you know, he was like, you know, the black guy. So it was kind of like I didn't grow up. And then my uncle's the same way. Like he's an engineer turned dentist.
Damn.
The same way as like my dad.
Sazo, super chat, bro.
So it's just kind of like when I had like people had the typical image of the black male being like uneducated and not having money, and I'm like, nigga, what? Like, you know, like to me that was weird. I was like, no,
Right.
because I look at my living situation and I look at, you know, I'm like, okay, we're the only black family, but we got the most shit in the neighborhood. My dad will probably beat every nigga's ass on this neighborhood. Like, you know, just like that don't compute to me. So, but then again, like I said, when I got older, like when I got to middle school, high school especially, then I see how most other people live. I'm like, oh, now I see why people react to me the way they do.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So then I was able to put it in perspective. Like my parents, they did a really good job of giving me a good environment and doing the right stuff on paper. But the only thing I would say is they weren't ready for maybe how to deal with how the world would receive that at times. But hey, like no one's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
But it made you stronger. It made you stronger though.
Yeah. Because now I don't deal with none of that shit. You know, my life is so total opposite now. But I mean, it was just a phase, and I just think it's just being ahead of your time. I think that's just all it was. It was just like, oh, like because I was really smart growing up, so you know, and then I'm doing computers, and then it was like, but then I was like good with like music, and back in the day, I was always like, Trav knows all the good songs, like you know what I'm saying? Like you know, this was before like the smartphones. Like I always had the CDs with the slaps. So it was like, you know, like it's like you can't do both. Like you're like this like black white guy trying to be like this cool black guy. It's like, well, why can't I be that? Like, nigga, this is how I grew up. Like, you know, this is me. Like, but
yeah, but it was ignorant back in the day.
You have to just not change and just stay consistent. And then over time, if you are who you are and you have receipts for what you do, not that you have to prove receipts, but receipts will flow naturally. Like
yeah, make the world love you.
People will get it. They'll catch up. So after I got over that, you know, I could talk about cool now, but yeah, I went through depression periods. Like I'd be like, you know, why am I always the only black kid at all these events? Like, you know, it's like, why is it like, it's like all the cool black kids want to be thuggish, but then all the square black kids do the right things. Like I can't find people like me who are in the middle. Like, you know, like I went through that for some years, but it's different now. Like that's not, I don't know, like it's, with the internet and how things are now, like it's not the same world.
It's not the same world, man.
And you gotta think too, like somebody put rock was lit in the 90s, Nellynell. Think about that. Back in the day, it was rock, it was rap, it was separate. Rap took over everything, and then now rap is the new rock now.
Yep.
I want to touch on that.
Yeah, so what up?
I'm not saying that's necessarily positive either. I'm just saying that's what's going on. Like Lil Uzi Vert or like Travis Scott, that's rock. That's
that's his own genre. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like
it's not. There's no like Bush or like 311 or like like Smashing Pumpkins, like you said, or you know what I mean. It's like different now.
What's so cold about it is, you know, to touch on another thing you said, right? With me being from the city, man, I've seen it all. I've done it all. It was like a war zone growing up, and I didn't see anything resembling a family structure until I moved out of the city, because everybody in my neighborhood,
Right.
the only people that were married were, you see what I'm saying, were people's grandparents or their uncles or their.
What city are you from?
I'm from DC.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
you did say that. My bad.
So for the most part, it was always, oh, your mother and her boyfriend or whatever the case may be. And in my head, right, because I'm ahead of my time, so in my head, I'm watching TV, and I'm just like, okay, I see 2-parent households, but my reality is totally different. I thought that DC was the only place like it was until Boys in the Hood came out, and then, huh?
Yeah, because back then you didn't have YouTube and shit. Like,
Yeah, there was no
had a big
reference.
impact. It was like, oh, that's how they live out there. Like,
There was no frame of reference. So I'm watching. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, the same. So the same stuff go out there in South Central. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So back on what you were saying, I'm a mixture of Pookie and Poindexter, and I'm grateful for being exposed to the things that I was exposed to, because you knew who was from the suburbs and who was not. Because once I moved to the suburbs, I remember 2 other dudes that I knew from around the way. They came probably like 2 years and 3 years later, and the guys that were already in the suburbs, they were just so enthralled by them. And I said, oh, it's because they never seen some street shit. You see what I'm saying? They just gravitated to them.
Yeah, I went through a period like that. See, because the thing is now when people meet me, they assume I'm from the hood, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, well, how's that? I'm like, well, when I always went to public schools, and then when I went to high school, you know, I was exposed to playing football, and then, you know, in high school, that's when kids start getting on, like, end of middle school, high school is when kids start getting on street shit, you know, start fucking bitches and shit like that. So then I saw the other side of shit as I got older and got out the house. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like that too in a way. I mean, I'm still more Poindexter, but people will be like, what I'll get is like, you're very intelligent, but you're very street smart too.
Yeah, that's the best, man.
Yeah, like,
that's the both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. The flip
That's
coin,
what I'll
man.
get. It's
The
like,
flip
Be able to
coin.
be into a boardroom and be able to be on the street, man. Handle business in both arenas.
Yeah,
that's
handle
why,
business
and
in
that's
both.
why I'm
I got
saying,
a passport God can handle business in both arenas. New York's finest.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's what I'm
Exactly,
saying.
man.
It's like I could tell when dudes have like basic like 101 like McDonald's like ism game, because it's like it's their preconceptions. Like Pookie and Ray Ray, that's fucking, you know, blue pill like beginner game 101. Like, I do, like, somebody was like, oh, I don't tell girls I do computers because, you know, if I tell them that, I won't get. I'm like, nah, that's blue pill game 101. Like, that's, if you think that's gonna fucking, and I'm not saying I never thought that, but I'm just saying, like, if you think that's what's gonna solely disqualify you, you don't understand. But I know that those are the narratives that's put in the media. You see what I'm saying? That shit's not real.
Yeah, the old me was like that. There was a time when, like I said, when I moved, oh man, I never forget. I will never forget when I moved from Montgomery County back to PG. My first day in school, I come in through the office. I haven't even registered yet. I'm coming in through the office. A dude is just running. He's leaking. You see what I'm saying? The administrator's getting him. I was like, oh, these niggas playing for keeps. Like, I was like, oh man, like
Yeah.
it's a night and day. You see what I'm saying? From PG to Montgomery County. So I'm in there.
Oh, bro, yeah, PG.
Exactly. PG County, yeah.
County,
I heard about PG County,
right?
exactly.
Man, and the school that I went to, like from the time I was in the 7th grade until the time I graduated high school, is one particular area called Landover. That's where the Redskins play. You see what I'm saying? So I went, and in Landover, right? This entire city has neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood that are known for being war zones. So, anyways, the point that I'm bringing this up is that I went to school with these guys from middle school all the way into high school. and it just really shaped me. You see, on how to operate. I couldn't tell you how many dudes that I graduated with that have life. I couldn't tell you how many dudes that were supposed to graduate that were killed before our graduation.
Oh, bro, yeah.
It was live, man. I said, "Oh hell, no, y'all can have it."
Bro, I had somebody call me. Oh, so again, I grew up Cosby home suburb, but in Northern California, like the hoods and the good areas are like real close to each other. Like it's not like I noticed when I went to like the East Coast or other areas, I'm like, oh, like the hood's over here, the suburbs over here. I'm like, so they don't have as much mixture, and then we have more like interclass mingling. You know what I mean? So it's like even though I saw that good side and had that primarily, like I still like I got called, like I said, like one of my boys got killed at a house party, and I'm getting called because people are like, "Bro, we heard you got killed." I'm like, "Well, nah, nigga, I'm on the phone." But you know, it's like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking in my head, like, "Damn, bro, I would have been there with him. Like, I could have been dead too." You know, like it's just association. You know, I didn't even associate with anything bad. It's just knowing how it is. My partner got at chicks. He was always at the tight parties, and somebody tried to carjack him at a party, and he defended himself and got killed. Just that simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I once I came back from what my saving grace was me joining the military, because I didn't necessarily have a plan, but I knew that I had to get the fuck up out of Dodge. Because when I came back home for R&R, this was like October 2004. Was it? Yeah, it was October 2004. I came back home and I'm looking around, and every time I ran into somebody, I would say, "Hey, what's up with such and such?" They be like, "Oh yeah, he chilling." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I'm like, "Hey man, when the last time you talked to such and such?" "Oh yeah, man, I seen him the other day, man, he chilling." Everybody was chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, "Nah, man, I'm getting paid. I'm busting jumps in foreign countries."
There you go.
I said, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Bro, think about the shit that you used to think was so important when you were in high school or whatever, and then you look back and you go, that shit was bullshit. Like what? Like, you know what I mean? Like you just see how small people's scope is, and then they're still on that shit. Like, bro, like so many cats I grew up with, it's like they still talk about high school on Facebook, and I'm like, bro, like you were
I know, yo.
2000.
That's that Uncle Rico. That's that Uncle Rico syndrome. Remember Uncle Rico
like,
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, like people
they trying to build time machines.
And like people have passed you up since then that maybe you were up on when you were kids, but yet you still try to hold them on. Oh, I was the man in high school and you weren't. It's like, well, nigga, you weren't the man in life and I was. Like that was like a couple years out of like, nigga, we haven't been in high school for almost fucking 20 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if you
trying to build time machines, man?
Bro, you're like you were hot for 2 years, so that disqualifies
high school.
Fucking 20 years after that you were weak, nigga. Because in high school I was tight, nigga. Oh, but like in all your adulthood you were weak, nigga. What? Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, I'm at a point. High school don't even count for nothing, man. So what?
It doesn't.
It doesn't though. You see what I'm saying? Because that was only 4 years.
That counts, in my opinion, is, and it doesn't even have to be. And it's when you have to take care of yourself. That's when it counts. Then we see what you're about. I don't give a fuck what you say. Nigga, you know how many niggas who were the man just because of talk? When push came to shove in high school, these niggas showed how weak these niggas were. And I was like, that's when I started seeing like it's all who advertises the best, not who's really weak.
High school politics.
Yeah, like I started realizing that shit. Like for example, right? Like a change in me happened. I'll never forget. So this kid named Chris Vetter, he was a year older than me or 2 years older than me. This nigga like at my high school, like niggas went to the NFL. So like we had like athletes at my school, you know what I mean? And like old school football, like double days before Corey Stringer died, like, you know, like legit like tough kids, even if I didn't like I gotta give them respect. So I was at that age, I was very smart, but I played baseball only. I never played football or fought or did nothing like that. So I was really good at baseball, but that's just hitting the baseball. You know what I mean? That's not an athletic sport like that. So I go play football, bro, and it was a rough adjustment at first. And this kid saw I was prey and basically used to give it to me. This nigga like almost made it to the league and had like tryouts in the league and shit like that. But I remember my junior year of high school, I was like, man, fuck this shit. Like they paired us up on one-on-one drill, and I was like, nah, I gotta get this nigga. This nigga be fucking with me too much. So this nigga tried to do a juke move, and I knocked the ball out of his hand in front of everybody, and everybody cheered and shit. And then this nigga shook my hand in front of everybody. And it was like a moment where I was like, oh shit, like this nigga just showed me respect. Like this nigga never does that. But I learned, I was like, people respect strength. And I was like, I made him look stupid. He couldn't do anything about it. So he kind of had to, he was saving face with himself to be like, hey, you know what I mean? And then it was funny, like a month or two later, I'm sitting at a table eating my food. He's trying to holler at some chick, so he brings her over. He tries to like push me off the table so he can sit in my seat. I push this nigga in front of the chick and make him almost fall. And then he backs off. So in two months, like somebody, and this nigga was swole and buff and shit. Like he wasn't no buff. Man, I just told you, like this nigga almost made it to the league.
That shit don't mean nothing, man.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I just didn't back down. And he was like, he never saw that side of me. And he was probably like, oh, I've been fucking this nigga for so long. Like, this nigga will kill me. Like, let me just back off. So when I saw that reaction, I was like, I got addicted to that. I was like, oh, I got to do this more often. I was like, you know, and then it's like when you get that feeling, and then, you know, that's the story of a lot of people who make it in life. It's like a superhero, it's like they usually had some tragic event that happened, or like Captain America was hella feeble, but this nigga finally like proved himself in like one shining moment and then became the man, like, you know?
All right, whole time, you see what I'm saying? Like I said, I got into a couple of scraps or whatever the case may be. I fought here, I fought there. I was never thuggish ruggish. That wasn't my thing. I just like to read and shit. You see what I'm saying? And talk sci-fi. And so I never, man, this battle named Ricky Holloway, man. You see what I'm saying? He was a live wire. He was a real live wire. Yeah. Like basically he sung me. You see what I'm saying? And I gave him my jacket. And then I gave the joint to him. You see what I'm saying? I just gave the joint to him. It was a Superman jacket, the irony of that. So I gave him my jacket. My jacket. Then I seen him at the mall with my jacket on.
Oh,
like I was just shaking my head, son. So we went back to class on that Monday, right? This was that moment. Like you said, there's always a light switch that gets flipped on.
Yeah.
Right.
So he said, so he was like, man, Slim, you a sucker. And I just turned to look at him, right? I just turned to look at him and I just smacked him. You see what I'm saying? Like,
you couldn't hold it in no more.
Yeah. Right.
I was so like, it was one of them, like it was, remember the gas station video where the bouncers was smacking them studs?
Yeah.
It was one of them Jones. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and I know after you did that, like that, because that was probably one of the first times you did that. That feeling was probably so intense. Like, oh shit! Like it was like life changing. Like
that
did that.
What was intense? What was intense was how quiet it got.
Yeah.
Because at that moment I was ready for whatever. I said, "Fuck it, go." Because when I saw him with my jacket, I said, "Now what type of man are you to let another dude wear your jacket?" So when I smacked him, like I said, I smacked him. I just hit him. You see what I'm saying? Then it got real quiet. You see what I'm saying? And everybody started looking at me. And then he left, try to get somebody to jump me.
Oh, wow.
Try to get somebody to
can't even fight his own battle. Wow.
Yeah. So that's when I knew, right? What's so cold about it? So me and him never fought, right? This is all in the span of one day. Me and him never fought. I go to the class because I know what time it is. I go to my man Melvin class. I was like, hey, Melvin, man, they trying to jump me this and that. I said, and my man Melvin, the thing about him, he was looking for a reputation, so he was down for whatever too. So he was like, it's whatever. So I said, all right, cool. You see what I'm saying? And then we go back, and it was just like from that moment on, I was like, look, if it comes down to it, I will go. You see what I'm saying? When push comes to shove, if we can't sit down and settle our differences, I'm not gonna have somebody carry me, man. I'm not gonna have somebody like, you know, leave me tuck and tail You see what I'm saying? Tuck and tail and pissing my pants. You gotta think about it. I was watching the documentary and I showed it to my son, and it's about honey badgers. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, bruh. I already know you're going with this. Yeah, keep going.
And I'm just trying to tell him, I'm just trying to show him how tough honey badgers are. You see what I'm saying?
Bruh.
It doesn't matter if it's a hyena, it doesn't matter if it's a lion.
Yeah,
right?
these niggas fight like big ass animals and like defend their own. I'm like, damn, nigga, what? I was
Just imagine, hey, passport God, just imagine like honey badgers are small. You see what I'm saying? They are small
like
compared to lions and hyenas. You see what I'm saying?
Really?
They
Okay.
can hold their own. So I'm telling, so
like deer dwarf them.
What's the name of the documentary? I want to see that shit.
Yeah, like deer dwarf honey badgers, but deer get like fucked up by the animals that like honey badgers fucking like punk. It's crazy. You know, I was watching.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that doc?
I gotta go on Amazon.
All right, yeah, no doubt. Just hit me later.
That documentary is perfect, bro, because there's a lot of like good life analogies. That
Exactly. Especially, I show another one to my daughter. It was one that I used to show her all the time, and it was a female bird, and the female bird wouldn't mate with the male unless he had a nest built, and I would show her this joint over and over and over and over again, just so she could see what it's like. Because in our community, like when you were talking about growing up, you see what I'm saying? When you were talking about growing up, Trav,
yeah,
you see what I'm saying? It was nothing like my mother's generation, single motherhood became normal.
Right.
It became normal. It was nothing for me to see. I remember when I had a birthday party when I was, I think I was 6 years old, and there was a place called Shaggy's Pizza. You see what I'm saying? You were the man.
Hey.
You were the man. You were the man if you had a birthday party at Shakey's. You know what I'm saying? Or PG know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got Shakey's.
Yeah. Nah, I don't. I never heard of that.
You got Shakey's, bro.
Yes.
Sazo?
What's happening with it? What's good?
Chilling. I feel it.
Peace,
Yeah,
man.
I'm just listening. What's up, RPC? What's happening?
Yeah,
What
we here,
up,
man.
War Report? What's up, Trav?
We chopping up some good game.
Yeah, I'm just listening, man. Go ahead.
So I was at the birthday party, right? And one of my friends, I invited him. He was a square. He from Montgomery County and shit. So I invite him, and I remember him asking his mother, because one of my mans from around the way, he was asking his mother. He said, if they brothers and sisters, how come none of them look alike? You see what I'm saying? He didn't know that each of them had different fathers. You see what I'm saying? That's alien to him. But that was normal to me because I've seen it all the time.
Right.
So I knew then. I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have that. So now, like I said, my mother's generation, single motherhood became normal. Now it's champion. You see what I'm saying? Like women see it as a badge of honor to be single mothers.
Man.
Bullshit, bro.
And so yes, a Nellynell, that John was the equivalent of Chuck E. Cheese, man. If you had a birthday party,
Chuck E. Cheese, we had Chuck E. Cheese.
Man, if you had a birthday party at Shakers, you was the man. And the thing I ain't like about Chuck E. Cheese, there was always that dude in the ball pit with the stinky feet. Always.
Like,
man,
so dumb. That was the pre-club.
But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and call it a night. I got this book I want everybody to check out. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. It's by a guy named Viktor Frankl. And it's phenomenal to say the least, man. Basically, in a nutshell, he's just saying how your circumstances don't define you. This man was a psychiatrist in a concentration camp. You see what I'm saying? And he never, like he said, after spending so much time in a concentration camp, he was able to look and see when a person had finally gave up and they would die. You see what I'm saying? So he had survived all this time by just basically just saying, hey, it was meant for me to be here. And when I read that shit, I said, oh man, I got to get a mindset like that, because there have been times when I wanted to give up. There have been times where I've been suicidal. There have been times my mental health was trying to get the best of me. But I just know I'm here for a reason, man. You sound right. So it's gonna be a done deal, man. I'm about to read this book. Like I said, it's the first time I got to chop game with y'all with this new mic. It's a done deal.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for coming on, fam.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing. I appreciate y'all, man. King Feet,
peace
let me
out, Pimpin'.
let me beam up, man. You see what I'm saying? Don't act like you on. Hey, Passport God, if you hit me with another one of them auto-generated ass messages,
hey
what the
yo,
hell is this?
hey yo, listen, fam. Just think about it. You got to think about how many comments I got, fam. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to just hit them with a, you know what I mean, just a fist up. You know what I mean?
I said,
But I
no,
got you. I
I'd
got
rather
you
take
though.
offensive. That John said, yeah, check out my series, Boaster. I said, no, I ain't watching that. Like, put some respect on
That's
my
what's
name.
up. Yeah, I fuck with you, man. You right, man. You
Hey,
got
but
that.
yeah, hey, y'all go have a good one, man. I'm about to read this book, man. My Cowboys had a good draft. It's about to be a done deal, man. Y'all stay up.
All right,
All right,
buddy.
no doubt, man. Appreciate you.
So let's just say our last words real quick.
Already.
Howard.
No doubt. Yeah, well, last words. So I'll just say, man, like I said, people. Or what I'll add is, what I was wanted to say is, people also gotta be innovative now, man, because things about a lot of things about to restart. You know what I mean? So people gotta be able to like look ahead and see what they could do. You know what I mean? Whether it be start a business or whatever. So I mean, so don't look down at the situation. Make the best out of it. Check out my channel. You know what I mean? Check out my IG. It's my name on my tab right here. So that's about it, man. Appreciate you, Fee, for beaming me up.
Sure.
Shout out to Trav, Sazo again. Toxic for coming on, man. So appreciate y'all, man.
Later, bro.
Sazo, any last words?
Man, I guess my last word would be my first words. You know what I
Grand
mean?
opening, grand closing.
You did? But shit, I don't even know what everybody was talking about. For real.
Just chilling, just a chop up.
But I'm gonna go off of what RPC talking about. Man, look, shit crazy right now, man. But it ain't crazy. You know what I mean? Keep your mind right and what you want to happen gonna happen. Once you lose focus, that's when shit get crazy. You dig? I got a lot of shit going on with me right now. You know what I mean? And once you lose your head, it's a wrap for you. And that might touch somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody on the edge about to lose their head. But once you lose your head, you through. Forget what you facing. You might be facing, the 300. You know what I'm talking about? And you by yourself. But after you lose your head, you through.
I got a drop about that. Downloading right now. I don't know why it's taking so long.
That's
But
big talk.
about
You know what I'm saying? That's big talk. I done lost it all twice. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that I done lost it all twice.
That's
You
what's
know what I'm
up. See,
saying? No,
got it
no
right
matter
back, even better.
no matter what you up against, man, you got to keep your head in the game, bro. Like my man said, what my man just said that just left.
Talk to you.
Uh, about he here for a reason.
Right.
You here for what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret shit what you're here for. You know what you want to do, so that's what you're here for. You got to make that happen. Period. You know what you want to do. That's what you're here for. So make it happen. No matter what's up against you. Once you lose your head, it's a result. You got to keep your head in the game.
all right, Pimpin' Trav.
Shoot, I kind of feel bad because I didn't know we were gonna cut it off already. Because,
Trav got more spit.
well, what I mean is like we were kind of. He was asking me about like the background and stuff. I was trying to only explain that to get to the good stuff, which is the real chop up game and what about how you readjust and what's been going on and all that. But basically, I mean, it's like pressure busts pipes or makes diamonds. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk.
Like it's not like how you start, bro. It's how you finish. And it's like a lot of people like even a lot of people that are successful or were cool at one point, they were like kind of naturally lucky and had it, and that's why they didn't keep it up going on. Because I think it's just like you just got to keep going, and it's like you can't get too high, you can't get too low, bruh. You just got to be actual and factual. So that's all I was gonna say, man.
All right, man. Well, y'all have a good night, players, and we'll see you tomorrow on Sunday.
Already.
I do that, babe. Peace to you.
Love to.